Welcome back to Bonchon Warrior, where we live wonderfully and bring our best. This is Ian Schneider, your host, and today, let's resume our previously interrupted programming. So this is a slightly unrelated topic, but something I think is very important. In April, there's going to be a lot of new teachers coming to Jeollanam-do and other places of Korea.
Yeah.
And we all have a lot of experience at this table, so let's just take turns. If you had to give one piece of advice to a new NET, native English teacher, what would you say to them?
Well, don't stay in your apartment. Go out, do stuff. I don't care what it is. Do stuff. Join groups. Join anything. If you stay in your apartment, from what I understand, from what I've seen, because I was fortunate enough to be dragged to language exchange by Michael.
He's still never paid me.
Michael's, you're really mercenary.
He doesn't know how.
Apparently right now, yeah.
But I
It's my
just
theme for the
made
day.
so many friends, and I just know people that they just stay in their apartments, and it doesn't seem like they're having as much fun as me.
Then they go on the internet and they complain.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that just rolls into like a major aspect of teaching. If you've never taught before, your mood is so crucial to managing your class. And if you're having a bad time outside of the classroom, you're more likely to take a lot of things that students do negatively. And so I think it's really important to try to be a positive force in the classroom.
Yeah.
And so, trying to make sure that you're enjoying your life and also adjusting well to your new time in Korea is really important.
Yeah, that's funny. People frown a lot about like the expats that drink too much, and obviously we shouldn't just be a bunch of alcoholics. That would be ideal. However, I do.
A lot of us aren't. A lot.
That's fair.
I think the
I'm projecting. I'm sorry.
The drinking. The drinkers get more coverage than the non-drinkers.
We are a loud bunch. I mean, they are a loud bunch. But I do think but I do think it's a really important point that you both are bringing up, that building that social network and having hobbies and activities that you do outside of class is so important to having that foundation of mental health, so that when you come into the classroom, you have a lot of positivity and that sort of like, almost like that self-esteem that you get from just having like a tribe of people that you spend time with on a regular basis. Yeah. Teresa, your experience outpaces all of us. What would you say?
Well, mine was going to be about school, not about social life.
That's perfect.
My thing was going to be, because the Korean working culture is very different than America, the main thing, Antoine actually told me this. It's really hard, but you have to let shit roll off. Like, you can't get bogged down.
Yep.
So, like, I complain a lot. Sorry, Michael. But I complain a lot, but, like, only the little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All the big stuff has to roll off.
Do you have an example by chance?
Oh, got it. Okay. So, like, a lot of schools don't tell the native teacher the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, my first 2 or 3 years, there'd be, like, picture day or, like, some really important day. They would tell all the Korean teachers the week before, but then that day at 9 a.m., they're like, by the way, picture day, 1 hour.
That's good advice.
Like,
in Korea Day,
didn't you
picture day is
tell
super
me
important.
that?
Yeah.
So that used to make me so mad. But then I just had to realize, like, you know what? This is what it is. You're not ugly. Just go take a picture. Like, but like when you go out, everybody's dressed so nicely, and you're just like in jeans and a sweater. You're just like, well, it's not my fault. They didn't tell me.
That's another super interesting thing that I noticed. Just
So, like,
in
you
Korean
have to, like-
general. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, please
That's
continue,
one of
Theresa.
the bigger things that you have to let roll off, and I still hear people complain about it. And yeah, okay, sorry.
I'm going to get back to you in a second, Patrick, because
Okay.
it reminds me of the most important advice I would almost give that I've mentioned before is improv class. It doesn't sound related, but it completely is, because
it is.
It's
yes.
completely, because in improv class, what you learn while playing these games is that you have to accept whatever situation's in front of you and smile and say yes and let's go do it. Whatever they put in front of you that you're not going to expect. You're not going to expect it. But if they put something in front of you and whatever the situation is, you just have to smile and move forward.
It's a good thing for
Canceling
being a
classes too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either your kids just don't show up and nobody tells you why, or they cancel it right before. Or I've had classes, I didn't know I had the class, and the teacher's like, the door
surprise
is locked. I
classes,
was like, well, you didn't tell me we had class. I thought it was canceled.
So when
But
these things happen, what is your response?
I've gotten used to it. I'm just like, fine, whatever. I
Yeah.
usually have something prepared
Mm-hmm.
anyways. So it's like, yeah, I'll just do this. I have something prepared.
Oh yeah, I have so many lessons that went to the graveyard because they had festival practice.
Well, okay, so that's why I don't plan too far ahead.
Yes.
Because I don't like to waste time making something that I can't use.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I could be planning things right now, but I don't know if they're going to be used. So, that's a waste of time to me.
That's another good advice. Planning too far ahead can be just as detrimental as not planning at all.
I plan, like, the week before.
Oh.
Yeah. Because you just don't know what's happening.
You can be more flexible in that regard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Patrick. Let's get back. What is that point that you had to make? Is it still in your head?
No, it was not really related. I just noticed everybody in Korea, not just on picture day, tends to dress a lot better than people in the States. Mm-hmm. People in Western society in general, like you go down the street and everybody's got, maybe they're not in like, a business dress, but they're nice. But I recently went back to Australia and New Zealand, and I just remembered how informally everybody dresses there. The band T-shirts. People like especially in hot places like Florida and Australia. Some people just don't even wear shirts because they don't want to, and
Right. It was a form of culture shock for me too when I went back to Florida.
Okay, Texas isn't that hot. Damn.
I mean, it's just
Texas reaches 100, and we don't take off our shirts.
It's just I think. Australia, especially in near the ocean and
Florida,
I see there's a beach culture.
Yeah.
Like even when you're not at the beach, there's a bit of a beach culture. Flip flops. Oh, how I miss flip flops.
I miss flip flops too.
So are you saying that like if people come here to be a native teacher, it would benefit them to be more conservative in their dress?
Honestly, it would. I don't know.
It's kind of a requirement.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's just. That's how people dress here, and you can, I'm all for, dress how you want, but you might be viewed as a bit of a slob if you don't dress well.
As a woman, it's kind of a social conduct rule. You have to cover certain areas that you wouldn't cover in the U.S. as well.
What areas?
So it's the complete opposite of the U.S. So like in the U.S., your shorts can't be too short, but you can show your chest. In Korea, you cover your chest and your shorts can be short.
And the shoulders, I don't even see shoulders around here. That's what
shoulders are, it depends. School, no.
Yeah.
But sometimes I see girls wearing really cute tops that are strapless.
Yeah?
I'm just like, what? I thought we weren't allowed to wear that, but then she's wearing it, so whatever. So we have to, it's the complete opposite. And even when you're teaching, there have been teachers, not mine, but other friends, co-teachers, that like, their skirt is so, like when they reach up, it like, ooh, it rises.
Yeah, that's
and they're
skirts do that.
teachers. And then even students' skirts are way too short.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Way too short. Way too short.
That's the fashion trend. Legs are in.
Yeah.
It's just I thought it was
good thing
hormones
for
are
me.
in.
Yeah, me too. I got these lovely hairy legs.
That's how I get the taxis in Korea. I just
stick
He
out.
does.
Yeah.
You just roll up your pant legs a little bit.
Look,
Well, when
the
we're
Hanagos
outside the
and agencies,
orphanage.
they're into that kind of thing.
When we're outside the
I give them
orphanage
what they
in a
want.
taxi, he sticks out his
Yeah, I roll up my jeans and I get it
I
done.
don't think that's
It's not terribly popular, but they definitely stare at all the hair. You'll go to one
poor
of the
Patrick's beard
bathhouses.
doesn't get enough love.
I know they don't. My beard is lovely.
It is. You maintain it quite well.
Yeah, it is.
You can't see it, but it looks magnificent.
I appreciate that.
He trimmed it.
There are
looks
3
clean
people
cut.
here confirming it, so it must be true.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's
I'll sign a document. I have a witness. On that note, I really appreciate all of your wisdom and stories today, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
I gave you stories. I don't know about wisdom.
I think I gave wisdom.
Aren't we?
You're damn right you did.
It was just a nice time being with you.
Yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it.
Thank you for joining us on Bon John Warrior. This is Ian reminding you to live wonderfully and always bring your best.